9 games to go. It's Brighton away tonight at the Amex. The team that I would go with, David Raya in goal, obviously. Timber, right back. I mean, I would say this is a game that I'd like to see Ben White in and maybe a little bit of rotation because Timber does look pretty fatigued. I mean, he's kind of come back against Chelsea a little bit. Obviously, he got the goal and I feel like his form was dipping a little bit and it looked like it was linked to fatigue, but we don't really have any other option there. So let's go with Timber again. Saliba Gabriel in defence, of course. Hincapié at left back, I think he's earned that spot now. I think we're starting to see some really good form from him, especially going forward. He's been pretty solid overall, and I think we're starting to see almost like a first choice back four. So I would stick with Hincapié. I don't see any reason to change it up. In midfield, I mean, the formation on this pick is a little bit off, but basically Norgard at the base. I think Zubamendi looks absolutely knackered. The mistakes that are creeping into his game are a little bit worrying now, and I think it's an opportunity to give Norgard a start. I think he's been solid every single time he's played, and I don't think there's a huge risk there, especially in a tough away game. Having his kind of solidity, midfield presence, his ability to win duels, I think could be really, really important. So I think it's a good game to switch it up and give Zubamendi a rest. I'd still play Rice. I think there's some talk about, obviously he came off against Chelsea and he does look fatigued. And if he is carrying an injury that could lead to something more significant, then absolutely he should be rested. But assuming he's fit, even if he's not 100%, I think Rice just needs to start because he's so important to us. Saka on the right. I feel like tonight could be a game where Saka really shines. It feels like he's just been on the edge and on the cusp of getting a couple of goals, and his game seems to be coming back a little bit. Obviously, he hasn't yet hit the goals and assists that we're used to seeing from him, but I think that might come in the run-in, and I think he could start tonight. I've gone with Martinelli on the left. I think Trossard had a really poor game against Chelsea, and I'd like to just see that switched up. And if this is a game where we don't have 65% of the ball and Brighton do cause us problems, Martinelli could be a really dangerous option on the counter. And I think his defensive work as well goes really underrated down that left-hand side. Kai Havertz in behind Victor Gyökeres. Look, I don't know if Havertz is going to be fit. I think it sounds like he should be with the squad and he should be part of the at least the first team squad tonight. I think if he's fit to start, I would start him. I think he's a level above what we have available at the moment. I know Eze scored a couple against Spurs, but then he seemed a little bit quieter again against Chelsea, and that's what we've seen from Eze for the most part this season. And I think for those few games that Havertz was back in the team before he picked up this new niggle, he looked really, really sharp. He linked up really well with Victor Gyökeres, and I'm very excited to see that link up again. And yeah, Gyökeres up front, I think he's the best option we have. Up top, I think Arteta's selection recently, where Jesus hasn't even really been getting any minutes, to be honest, tells us that as well. And, he's in form, so I'd absolutely go with Victor Gyökeres.